Hi, all. This is Dr. J and Professor Spike streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather is beautiful day today.
Yeah, it's a little windy, but
a little bit, yeah. I mean, I can't make out what to do with this camera to get it better.
Well, you still.
You know what? Maybe it's not the camera. Maybe it's just my face. You know, and my head is on a little crooked.
Right.
I think one guy, Dave from Carmel always says the picture's crooked, but I think it's my head. My head is the thing that's crooked, not the picture.
These muscles aren't symmetrical.
Yeah, somehow with the Parkinson's, the whole head moves over and does that to you. Cabinet guy, he's on. What I tell you, Linda's on.
Jiggy's on.
Jiggly's on. It's okay, and others will find their way over. In the meanwhile, in between time, I have 5 charted stocks. You want to hear them? I got the S&P, which was up sharply only to collapse. And athx, which has been not giving me a tremendous action, but not exactly giving me any reason to rejoice.
Yeah,
athx and CVM, which is just in a trading range forever, and bcrx, more agita.
Please.
And ctic I charted, which is one that I don't know if I even shared. Did I share ctic? I bought it at $1.11.
Yeah, wow, doubled your money.
Yeah, I did well on that one. I'm out, by the way. It sold today.
Oh, okay.
I figured double is enough.
I'd say.
But I got the chart, and I don't remember why I had an alert in at above $1.11. When it fell back, I bought it. I don't remember why I put the alert in. But the important thing is I got a winner.
Well, good on you.
A winner is a winner.
Winner, chicken dinner. Well, that's great. Actually, didn't you do well on Nicola also today?
They didn't mention S.4227. What is S.4227? What kind of... What are you talking about, Clarence? Catherine is on.
It's part of a whole big conversation that they're having.
Yeah, we got a lot of people.
Well, they're not even going to need it. You know that, right?
We got a lot of people finding their way on.
Time slot in there and have everybody talk to each other.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you'll be quietly doubling your money here and there between Nicola and what else? SBE and CTIC. You're having a very good day today.
I was having a very good day, but it didn't. A lot of stuff just collapsed on me.
Well, you want to bail out before that happens.
For small business relief. Jigglypuff.
Oh, I see.
We likes to quote bathroom expressions. Isn't this what you see in the bathroom?
11 million shares can't be wrong. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they are.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's not a great analogy, Jiggly. Shares are not flies, Jiggly. They're not flies. Shares are different than flies. I think. A little bit.
I think flies are just as indiscriminate as.
I want to also chart all those all the players in the odds COVID race.
Okay.
athx, meso, capr, and Pluristem.
Okay.
We haven't looked at them in a while, so I think we should.
Yeah. Let's have a little bit of a theme going here. That's why you listed Pluristem. Okay. No problem with that. Yeah, we might. It's worth having these theme days, and actually, that's one of the themes that's okay today. It'll have us avoid crying over the debate yesterday, crying over bcrx, which is
What
inexplicable.
debate? That was no debate. That
Oh
was a
no,
schoolyard fight. That was no debate.
it was a free for all.
Your mother, your brother, your son, your this. That was a schoolyard brawl. There was no debate.
Yeah, that is true.
I thought at one point Biden was going to tell him, "You ain't got no mother."
You know, he was trying to be well behaved, but he just couldn't.
That's what it was. It was a schoolyard brawl,
Told him to
man.
shut the hell up. He had to. Guy was like
You
talking.
remember in the schoolyard? I remember in the schoolyard when we used to play a stickball, DTK, and with the letters that followed that.
No,
I don't know if you
your
remember.
mother. No, your mother.
You remember DTK?
DTK.
And
No,
there were four more letters.
Maybe somebody from our
Began with an L. You don't
nope,
remember that?
No.
All right.
You got me stumped, Dr. J. Usually I don't get stumped with stuff.
I cannot say it over the air.
Understood.
All right. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't be a show that the kids anymore.
It'll end up rivaling.
This is a great show. Right now, this is a very good family show.
Sorry, what did you say?
The S&P as of 237 was up 37 points.
Uh-huh.
It was up even higher than that earlier. Let's see where it is now.
Good point. Good question.
Maybe I shouldn't bother looking where it is now.
Why? You think it's starting to move down?
I think it's not good.
Well, today was actually a bit of a mixed day. I don't know if you were watching last night, but after the debate, the futures were tanking. And then when I woke up this morning, the stock market was 300 points. So, and like I said, you would think that would show up on the volatility, but it doesn't.
The stock market rallying today tells me they've had enough of Trump and they like Trump's non-performance.
Yeah, right. Maybe you're right. Well, we can only hope.
Wall Street is no longer pro-Trump.
Well, maybe he was telling. Well, it's hard to understand. I mean, because maybe he did what he did so that the stock market would go down, but the stock market defied him anyway. Who even knows?
We're hanging on to gains in the S&P. And if you notice, I don't go by Elliott Wave very much, but I love those semi-clear ABC corrections. And that's what it looks like here. Looks like we had a nice ABC correction that took us down to 3,200 from 3,900, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, from 3,600. So it took us down, what was the high? 35.88. All right, figure 36 to 32. Took us down 10%.
Uh-huh.
Which is the perfect amount. You have to have 10% corrections every so often. It's healthy.
Yeah. Bloodletting, just like Clemenza said in The Godfather.
Yeah, it's healthy.
You need to have a war every now and then. It gets the bad blood out.
So I drew the point that we have to take out before we make new all-time highs, and that would be 34.28. You can mark that down. 34.28 is taken out all-time high.
Really?
Sure, but we're not that far away.
We're not. Take it to the bank.
Yeah, it does look like more all-time highs are in the works. Correction over.
Okay.
I called this one so perfectly.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is the end of the correction, I really nailed it.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Now, how do you play into this if you're not buying the indexes? I mean,
How
if
do
you're
you
thinking
play
he's
it? Well,
just don't sell your stock,
you can certainly buy the S&P E-mini futures.
right? Well, I
It's
can do
not
that.
that expensive, and you could play the spiders just straight.
Yeah. Okay.
SPY,
SPDY, the old spider.
SPY.
All right. And so this is on a broader market. So
You
good.
can't play SSO, or you really can't play SPXL because those are day trader plays.
Right. So you
Can't
stay with
hold on to them for
stay
long.
with the stay with the broader market. And
Here's the good news. Athx looks like it's forming an upward trend line at lower levels. So it's good news and bad news.
it's under $2 though. That can't be fun.
Yeah, but something 197 was my old line in the sand. My new line in the sand is 181.
Okay. Well, I guess that's good news then.
Yeah, so the sand,
At least
you know what it is?
that line you drew is
The sand is shifting. The sand is definitely shifting. It's
okay.
my aspirations for Athens are kind of like what Donald Trump set up Biden for. Very low expectations.
Right. Well, actually, he did what everybody expected. We expected him to debate. They just expected him to I thought he was going to pull one of those maneuvers where, he was going to try to play into his stutter by interrupting him every time, and he sort of did that, but it didn't work.
Yeah. I don't think Biden did great by any means, but Trump did not acted so far removed from presidential.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. He was able to use Trump's disruptiveness to avoid a couple of questions, and
I was
they had a lot of opportunities for zings that he didn't take.
I was watching Fox afterwards, and even Ari Fleischer gets on, and he says that there was improper decorum during the debate, and Hannity says no, he likes the schoolyard fight. I think they should throw away all the rules and just let them at each other.
How many times have we seen that meme? Two old guys in a boxing ring fighting each other.
Yeah,
That's the only way. That's the only way we can find out who's better.
yeah,
Pure silliness.
yep. This Athens has had an unbelievable, terrible downtrend since whatever this date is. I can't see, but it's just been terrible. Let me hide the screen there. Oh, now I can see. It's
Well,
been
Kamal's showing a little bit of enthusiasm in this one.
straight down since 720 when it was 321.
Joe Rogan.
And even before then, it had nothing but a downturn. Been straight down really since April 1. It's
Again,
not been
one of those stocks that we didn't buy because of the chart. We bought because of the product.
right, but it's not been fun to watch my profits disappear.
I hear you.
I did sell half of it, which makes me feel a little better, only a little.
Well, you're at a spot where you could even buy in again, like Kamal just did, because if that line you drew there is a real line. Oh, look at that! And if you draw that pennant, we have a breakout coming in about a week or so.
We hope.
Not less.
We hope.
Yep.
That would be nice. The
Crossing
thing is, I don't see any near-term catalyst. Certainly, the odds in Japan is nothing. It's a 5-person study.
Right.
And the odds, COVID odds in the States is going slow.
It's hard to get data. This is one of the things about the vaccine also. I mean, people have to be exposed and show that they would have gotten sick otherwise. And when people aren't infecting each other, how do you actually get enough quote unquote events?
Well, I guess you could move you look for a hospital in Borough Park, and you could probably get a lot of customers.
Right. You know, or you could do it in Russia, where they just don't mind sticking you in a sick room.
Yeah.
That's probably what Putin did to his daughter.
New York City is 3.5% now.
Yes, in certain places it's 3.5%. Overall, it's
no,
still
3.5 in the whole city. In certain places, it's worse.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what in the news.
Borough Park is probably 10%.
Yeah, Borough Park's in bad shape.
Your old neck of the woods.
Yes. I was actually they said Borough Park and Gravesend.
Gravesend Neck Road.
Gravesend and actually where I lived was in between those two neighborhoods. So
were you near Gravesend Neck Road?
No, I was not. I was near Caesars Bay.
Okay.
Which is essentially the middle of Bensonhurst.
Okay. All right, because my father had a cleaning store on Gravesend Neck Road.
Wasn't that closer to like Marine Park or something?
Yeah. It wasn't far. It was really off of Ocean Parkway and Neck Road.
Okay.
I used to run through the buildings, picking up and delivering clothes.
Right. That's the area they call Gravesend.
Yeah.
Over by.
So I clicked off athx. I clicked off athx because, I don't really have much to say. You could say from the chart that in a week or so we'll get it. The direction will be determined, and maybe that's the case. But
okay.
I don't see any catalysts till the new year.
Well, because the news about their other drugs are not going to be ready till then. Right.
They have no other drug. There's one drug, multi-stem. They have indications, but one drug.
So
it's
one of the other indications going to have to hit.
It's an immunomodulator. It's an immunomodulator. So that's exactly what Trump decided to defund.
There's another potential.
We didn't get the BARDA money because all the money was us athx shareholders got the royal, you know what?
Yes, we'll call it the shaft. The shaft.
Yeah.
I know. It's unfortunate because they're saying that even those people who are long-termers for for the COVID, the people who have the lasting effects, a lot of it's is related to the autoimmune system. So maybe multi-kind might actually have a role in in helping some of this. But I'm not a doctor. I play one on YouTube.
Well, we're going to go from multi-stem to multi-kind.
That's what confuses me, right? Multi-stem to multi-kind.
Well, we're going to the multi-kind chart.
Okay.
So your error was a good segue.
Yes, exactly. Segue.
No, you had the perfect segue to go
Dr.
to
J's
jump.
favorite one and Dr. J's favorite two. All right.
Is your audio bad or is it just my hearing?
Is my audio bad? I don't know. I'll have to ask the audience.
Now I hear you, but before I couldn't hear you too good.
Right, but
so if I interrupt you, it's either because I can't hear you and I might as well talk, or I don't like what you're saying, so I'm going to interrupt you.
Well, we're both from Brooklyn. That's the way Brooklyn people talk to each other.
Yes. Now,
they listen to talk simultaneously.
Trump may not be from Brooklyn, but he managed Trump Village in Brooklyn. That was his job for a while. He had an office in Brooklyn, right by Lincoln High School.
That's how you learn to listen and talk at the same time.
Yeah. So Trump was, a Queens kid. He was from where the heck was he from?
It was
Queens.
was it Forest Hills Estates?
Yeah, sort of Forest Hills. It was a
So it's called
gated community there.
Yeah. What happens is if you go down the train, you look on the left side, it's regular old Forest Hills. When you look on the right side, it's actually quite different, quite
Yeah.
sort of like Church Avenue in Brooklyn.
Well, when CVM and athx have good days, I have a good day, but I only have half of the daily double today. CVM is having a good day.
Right. You have half of the double.
Half the double. CVM is having a very nice day, but again, it's just going back and forth, the yo-yo between 1140 and 1445, 1450. That's the yo-yo. And if it ever breaks 1490 before data, then you're going to see a pop. But I don't see that happening. You got to look at 710. This is a key high. It breaks this, it's going to go all the way back to 17.
Waiting for the day.
Waiting for the Robert E. Lee, right?
Rather than waiting for Godot, I'd rather wait for the Robert E. Lee.
Whatever. That was a very nice musical. Meet Me in St. Louis, right?
Right, but the Robert E. Lee does show up every now and then.
Well, who was in the original play
of Meet Me in St. Louis?
Meet Me in St. Louis. Who on Broadway? Who was in the original? Do you know?
Well, I only know the movie with Judy Garland, so I wouldn't know.
Well, that's who I was thinking of, Judy Garland.
Yeah, she was in the movie, certainly.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. I thought it was also Broadway. But maybe you're right.
Yeah.
She was great in that movie.
It certainly was.
Clang, clang, clang goes the trolley.
Yeah. Linda is requesting.
I shouldn't sing. No,
you shouldn't. That's why I'm talking over you again. From now on, Kamal, I'll only talk over him when he's singing. Linda obviously asked for APT, as do a couple of our people. But you still,
okay.
You still have them.
So anyway, we just like athx, we have an upward trend line at lower levels. So
just
there's good news and bad.
The waiting is the hardest part, as they say.
You want APT?
We might as well do APT before we get to Meso and those other guys.
All right, APT it is. I still own quite a bit. I got rid of some of it, but not all of it. The same with Lake. Got rid of some of it, but not all of it.
Lake is sitting with a PE ratio of 10 still.
I know. 10. It's crazy.
All right. Well, look, it looks like your curve might be a little bit off.
Yeah. APT. 1478 after hours.
They're going to announce before Lake does. So again, we go back and forth. So we're hoping when they announce, which is I think in November, that some good stuff will be said.
Well, this is a function of does COVID-19 strike the big cities once again with vengeance? If it does, APT and Lake will rise.
Well,
I'm not rooting for that by any means.
No, but the question is, even if it doesn't, there's still people. The people still have to buy to fill their backlogs, and there's still people still want to at least own a fair amount of PPE. Just in
but they're saying that's already factored in.
That's already baked in.
That's basically what Wall Street.
What money? The stimulus hasn't happened yet. Maybe I would believe that once people start getting their stimulus money. But I'm thinking of buying gross.
The good news in APT is a clear bottom was set on September 4th at 1188, and we're up from there.
What was that? That was during Lake's earnings.
Nicely.
Yeah.
So over a period of 3 weeks, we've made quite a comeback, and the chart is looking okay. I mean, today wasn't the greatest day, but it's still an up day.
So now,
and at least we're off the trend line a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You needed a new trend line.
What we need to do is break the high in 922, 1595. We break that 1595. The only thing stopping us is the 50.
Right, which is setting a bit of a ceiling for us. Still lower than those 20s and 30s we were happy with.
Yeah, well, the 50 looks like it's heading for a negative cross with 100, but maybe not. Still time.
Hoping not. I'm hoping you're right that maybe we get a bit of a turnaround, and that it's.
Meanwhile, the 9-day is crossing everything. Crossed the 50 to indicate a downtrend. Crossed the 100 to indicate a continuation of the downtrend. And it has not crossed the 200, which is down here. Let's hope it doesn't. I don't see that happening. I see it turning up now. You see it, the 9-day bottomed right on this green candle on 9/11. And it turned. So now we want to continue to rally so that you got a positive cross with the 100. And that will completely undo the downtrend that it had when it crossed negatively.
Gotcha.
So we'll undo that. We should be looking at 1559 minimum. Probably, I think right now, if things continue the way it looks in the chart, it's looking quite good.
As long as that 50 stays above the 100, I think we'll be happy.
It's looking quite good.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So again, something to reward our patience.
Yeah, I mean, for those who are patient with APT, it's looking promising.
Okay. Not running anywhere.
I'm not saying it's going back to 22 immediately, but it might get there.
Right. If it, I mean, what was our high opportunity more recently? 25 or 26?
Something like that.
Yeah, we had
I sold my first batch at 22 and a half.
Right.
Looking like a genius doing that. I should have sold all of it.
I did the same thing. I only sold the third, thinking that, all right, let me sell the third and then get the rest when it hits 30. And that the best laid plans.
I'd like to add Sava to the list if the internet cooperates, because I see it's slowing down for some reason.
You'd like to add what to the
I'm
list?
going to look on the phone. SAVA, I've been buying a lot of that.
Right down, just so we have it.
Yeah. SAVA, let's see how that one closed. Nicola is another interesting one. It had a bounce back today.
Some people are looking. Clarence is asking about AUPH, which is worth talking about.
Which AUPH? Yeah, that's worth talking.
That's the one.
Nicola bounced back 15% up today on a letter to shareholders.
So that was
2048. I like Nicola. I'm underwater significantly, but I keep buying it. You gotta have faith.
Gotta have faith. Well, yeah.
All right. So the monies that I made
again.
CTIC, Sava and BioCris and and
Yeah, you
Nicola.
had stuff. You promised people CBM, bcrx, athx, Capricorn, Meso, psti, ctic, and SPX.
Now,
So
you know what I call this move down today for bio,
what
Chris? I
what do you
call
call
it bullshit.
you call it bull spit?
I call it bullshit, horse
Oh,
manure,
okay.
dog
Oh,
doo doo.
I didn't think we were using that language, so that's why I thought you said bull spit.
No, dog doo doo.
Oh, dog doo doo. Like, oh yeah, like people think about show. Right. Okay. Kramer hates any EV stock that's not Tesla. That's true, Clarence, but we're not there
And
yet.
there's no reason for this kind of a move down other than manipulation.
Yeah, I would tend to agree, especially if they did get the news today. And, I mean, lately, the way the market's been working is you have to punish good news, but only short term.
You know what's going to happen? Galley news will come out unexpectedly that they're curing people left and right in Brazil, and the thing will pop 4 points, go to 7,
From your mouth to God's ear, Dr. J.
maybe 6. And then you got Barrow at the end of the year. That's a 500,000 in revenues.
Uh-huh.
This company has a bright future. What
Yeah.
about the Regeneron news yesterday? I don't think it
Yeah,
moved the stock.
it didn't move it. I was wondering about that.
I don't think so. Let me look. Look on my phone because the internet's so slow.
Yeah, yours too, huh?
REGN. Regeneron. Down $13
Down
or
down 2%. Why?
every stock that has news, it sell the news.
I guess, yeah. Sell the news. Well, but then they were also saying, yes, it looks like it might work, but no, it's not going to be ready by tomorrow, like Trump's hoping. I
You
think
know
that's
what
what.
it's like? The stupid trite sayings in the stock market are accurate. It's buy the rumor, sell the news.
Yeah, apparently. That explains bcrx then. But this was
bcrx
this was not the news we're waiting for.
on the Galidesivir news will take out the 915 high of
Well,
417.
our friend Donald Trump did mention specific stocks, but he also mentioned therapeutics. But he never stays on that idea for more than a tenth of a second.
He's the guy that wrecked us with athx, redeploying all the BARDA
Yeah,
money to vaccines.
I get that. But I mean, even in terms of at least creating a move forward to say, listen, he mentioned, look, we have these vaccines coming, and we also have all these therapeutics that are working. And then he changed subject right then and there. When if he'd stayed on that idea of therapeutics to hold us off until the vaccines really come, then maybe bcrx can sort of like Galidesivir. And
There's very good news on bcrx. The good news is it's a great buying opportunity down here for those who haven't gotten in. By the way, as always, our opinions are what?
Our opinions are our own. Strictly our own, right?
And do not.
My opinions are actually Dr. J's.
And do not.
They do not constitute financial advice or
investment advice. Or the only advice I give is, who I think is going to win the Jet game on Sunday
right.
or Thursday, whenever they play. And I'll tell you who's going to win. It's the team that's playing the Jets.
Exactly. Let's give you a hint. It's not the Jets.
Not the Jets.
It's whoever they're playing. You know,
They are the worst.
those of you in suicide pools, I wouldn't waste it yet.
I've been a Jet fan since 1969 or earlier, and this is the worst Jet team I've ever seen.
Really?
Ever.
Really?
Worse than the whatever it was, 16-2 Jets under that Philadelphia Rich Kotite. Worse than that.
We're reaching now, aren't we? Yes. Yeah. There were a lot of bad years for the Jets. We don't have to go back to the Stone Age to find one. Let's move on to some other stocks to look at just before we have to go. We looked at bcrx. We didn't look at Capricorn and Meso.
Right, and also CTIC.
Oh, and your CTIC that you want to boast about.
Yeah, boast about it and see if it pays to stay in. I'm out, but that doesn't mean anything.
You might come back if it goes down to $1 again.
I might actually go back in. Just want to see where it closed.
Yeah, but I do like your advice. Well, not your advice, your comment about bcrx. I think, right, if there's a time to dollar cost average down, this might be it.
Yeah, I mean, if you believe in the fundamentals, which a lot of people do, this is a buying opportunity.
As opposed to the technicals.
And if you don't believe in the fundamentals, on the other hand, if you don't believe in the fundamentals, sell, because the chart looks pretty awful.
Yeah, no, the fundamentals have been horrible for months. I mean, the technicals have been horrible for months.
Yeah,
technicals like the stock.
Closed at 215. Very nice move today. Double, basically double.
Yes, you're talking about CTIC.
It actually doubled, more than basically.
Yeah. 112%.
You know, the irony is that their drug is to fight MF, myelofibrosis. It's a blood-borne cancer.
Oh, I thought they were a prostate cancer play. That's what I thought I read.
I don't think so. I think it's
okay.
Well, maybe also. But today's news was on MF.
Okay.
Which is ironical because that's Geron in the Mayo Clinic was MF.
Uh-huh.
So nothing to fight MF inhibitors that don't cure it. And they don't do much for it actually, but they help a little. I'm tired of spinning wheels, you know.
I hear you.
So I don't know what's wrong. I'm going to
talk about the guys then without showing the charts. So let's just talk about Meso and Capricorn without actually charting it. What are your thoughts?
I would love to chart Capricorn. All right, I'm going to try Capricorn.
All right, I'm going to look it up on my thing here so I could.
Position in Capricorn. Yeah, not next but the next morning. So I got a decent price, I thought. I really like Capricorn. I mean, there's a lot of biotechs that are attractive. This is just one of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of upside potential.
The irony is outside of athx, which I'm up on, CVM, which I'm a lot, not up on paper.
Unless that's me.
I get it done. So the ones that I'm basically behind. All right, Capricorn took a hit today.
Yeah.
Which of course means nothing. Their bread and butter is muscular dystrophy, DMD. but
All right.
they 100 race, which makes them interesting too.
Are they really in the race in any kind of real way?
I don't know. I think the winner is what was Meso, and I think all the others are
Right. The odds.
basically playing with themselves. I'm in a little bit of a raunchy mood today.
Well, let's see what's Meso doing right now, just as a counterbalance to this guy.
I'm talking about dog doo-doo and playing with yourself. And,
Indeed. Well, I'm ignoring you. Actually, Meso's down 3% also, but I wouldn't make a big deal out of it either.
I mean, so many biotechs have the same upward trend line now because we bottomed. We bottomed. The biotechs have bottomed. That's what it tells me. Capricorn looks very attractive, and if it takes out 657, it's going to go. I don't know, to the moon, as Jiggly says, to the moon.
No, you're right. This chart looks nicer than some other charts we've seen.
This could be another SRPT. It could go from 6 to 150. Just like Duchenne muscular dystrophy. I'm not saying it will.
No.
I just gave a very hypothetical it could.
I mean, I like the support line you drew. I mean, obviously, if it stays on that support line, we have to wait a little while to get back old highs. But
well, the other good news is, outside of the 9-day, the 50s above the 100 is above
right,
the
it's traded above, which I see better than what we saw before. At least that one bounced off.
We have a very nice bullish looking chart. I think I rated a buy just on the chart.
Yeah, I think I might go with you. I'll hold on to whatever I have. Not very much, but I'll hold on to it.
Well, I doubled my position right about this price.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess if you're doing charts, you could look at Meso because that was the one. Or you want to look at CTIC? It's up to you. The other ones we didn't look at in terms of that whole idea. We didn't look at Floristem. Floristem.
And Meso.
This is Meso.
Meso.
Now, what do we think here?
I love Meso.
Okay, looks like a wonderful chart.
Wonderful.
Yeah, everything's just all the lowers are above the highers.
It's beautiful chart.
That's the
9 above the 50. It's beautiful. 9 above the 50, above the 100, above the 200. Yeah. Same kind of uptrend that we've seen in the other bios.
And we're closer to a local high, which means that we're in breakout territory.
We're in a Zoom channel.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Zoom. This is a Zoom channel. This is a Dr. J Zoom channel.
All right. Well, that second. Why did you draw that second line? Now I'm going to think that it's going to bounce off of that.
Why did I draw the upper line?
Wider? No, I know because it came off the top. I get it. I know why.
This is a beautiful trend line, the upper one, and it's parallel to the low one. Everything works.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm not complaining.
It's a beautiful trend line.
Yeah. No, you're right. If we stay in that channel, we could be, bouncing our way up into the moon, sort of like we.
To the moon. Meso looks good. Meso looks very good. Okay, that's it for today.
I would say because I have to class in a little while. I mean, I have time.
We charted enough stuff.
Let's see what people are asking for. Just if we wanted to throw one more down, PACB.
Did Jiggly sell? Did Jiggly sell bcrx?
Jiggly bailed a little bit of his bcrx, and believe it or not, he said he's going to go to Codex with it, which I'm not too sure. I guess that's a fine idea, but I don't know. I would spread it out. I would put some on meso too, or even but yeah, hard time to sell bcrx though.
I refuse to sell bcrx.
And
I've been brainwashed by.
Which we did talk about at one point.
I've been brainwashed on that one, so I can't sell that one.
Which one?
bcrx.
Oh yeah, exactly. So PACB.
Well, we should short PACB.
Yeah.
Poor Linda's suffering with ADMA. Linda, you still have ADMA?
What is ADMA?
That's the blood plasma.
Okay, which is the sorry, the microchips company that had the same letters.
You know what, Clarence is not wrong. Clarence is not wrong. Except there's really no set rule in the market. Sometimes averaging down is the right play.
Yeah, well, if you recognize the channel, yes, but not if you're throwing good money after bad, which I've been known to do a lot of.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It really does depend. And I would agree with Clarence. Overall, averaging down is a myth.
Right. I tend to average up. I wanted to check sell.
You live by the old saying, buy high and sell higher, which I hate to do.
Yeah, that's true. It's funny though. I concentrate on biotech, and I'm making the most money on the traditional blue chips.
Right, which we're going to have to start talking more about those. We've been saying this for months, but they keep pulling us back in with these, with the fact that
my biggest winners year to date are Amazon, Walmart, FedEx. That's it. AUPH we forgot to.
Well, 3M treated us okay this year. My water stocks.
Yeah, not great. Okay.
And
I'm gonna take a quick look at AUPH.
The 3D printing companies did okay. Oh, and P was asking for AUPH, which we had been talking about, right?
It's up 17 cents. It's still in that channel. It's still in that pendant. That pendant that we drew.
Oh yeah, the pendant. It's still independent.
It's still in that.
Still hasn't.
It looks okay.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with it.
Oh, I had a good day today. 17 cents. I'm not going to complain.
No.
Right. So that's AUP. So did you mention PACB, or did you say anything about PACB?
No, Catherine. That's Catherine's idea. AUPH has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 very nice green candles in a row, climbing back after falling.
Right.
I like that one.
We all got in at, if I remember correctly.
Nicola is another one that had a phenomenal day.
A great day. Like I said, because GM said that they were still in talks.
Yeah, they're going to close. I should buy more Nicola and more GM. Oh, Lynn is here.
Oh yeah, we have everybody.
Yeah, once Lynn is here and Peter's here, we got everybody.
Got the party.
Yeah, I mean the regulars are here. Only the irregulars.
The regulars.
The regulars. That's like a lettuce. The regulars, right?
Right, regulars, right? The regulars.
It's a colored lettuce. Arugula, regular, whatever. Jiggly keeps asking for a 2-hour show.
Yeah, I know.
With that, we're going to say
We were trying to
sayonara or arrivederci, ciao.
PACB did wonderfully. But yeah, we're going to say bye.
Code diagnostics the next time.
Okay.
Next time, code diagnostics.